Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Simple English Chat, your favorite place to learn English in a simple way, right here on YouTube. I'm Leo.
And I'm Mia. It's great to be back with all of you. We love having you join us for our chats.
We really do. And today, we have a very special episode because Mia has just come back from a fantastic trip. Mia, tell us all about it. Where did you go?
Oh, Leo, it was wonderful. I went to Italy.
Italy. Wow, that sounds amazing. Italy is such a beautiful country. I've always wanted to go. So, you went to Italy. Which parts of Italy did you visit?
Well, I wanted to see a few different places, so I planned a trip that covered a couple of famous cities. First, I flew into Rome.
Rome, the capital city. That's a great place to start. What did you think of Rome?
Rome was incredible. It's so full of history. Every corner you turn, there's an old building or a beautiful fountain. It felt like walking through a living museum. I spent about 4 days there.
4 days in Rome sounds perfect to see the main sights. And after Rome, where did you go next?
After Rome, I took a fast train north to Florence.
Florence, the heart of Tuscany. That's another amazing choice. So, you went from the history of Rome to the art of Florence. How long did you stay in Florence?
I stayed in Florence for 3 days. It was a different kind of beauty, more focused on art and amazing architecture. The whole city has a very special feeling.
So, Rome and Florence. That's a classic Italian trip. Did you go anywhere else? Or were those your main stops?
Those were my main stops for the big cities. But from Florence, I also took a day trip to a small town in the Tuscan countryside. It was a lovely change of pace, very quiet and green.
A day trip to the countryside sounds lovely. Sometimes it's nice to escape the busy cities for a bit. So, Rome, Florence, and a bit of Tuscany. That's a good mix. Now, tell us, Mia, who did you go with? Did you go alone, or with family or friends?
I went with my sister. It was a sister's trip. We had been planning it for a while, and it was great to share the experience with her. We often travel together, so we know how to make it work.
A sister's trip. That's fantastic. Traveling with someone you know well can make a holiday even better. You can share the planning, the memories, and the food. Speaking of which, let's get to the important part. What did you do? Give us some details about your favorite activities in Rome and Florence.
Oh, there's so much to tell. In Rome, our first big activity was visiting the Colosseum. It's an ancient arena where gladiators fought. It's huge, much bigger than I imagined. You can feel the history when you stand inside.
The Colosseum is a must-see. It's so famous. What else did you see in Rome?
We also visited the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill, which are ruins of ancient Rome right next to the Colosseum. You can walk among the old buildings and imagine what life was like thousands of years ago. It was very impressive. And of course, we went to the Vatican City.
The Vatican City. That's a whole other country inside Rome, right?
Exactly. We saw St. Peter's Basilica, which is a massive and beautiful church, and we also visited the Vatican museums, including the Sistine Chapel. The art there is just breathtaking. You could spend days just looking at everything.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of walking and a lot of amazing sights. Did you do anything more relaxed in Rome?
Yes, we did. We threw a coin in the Trevi Fountain, which is a tradition. People say if you throw a coin, you will return to Rome. We also spent time just walking around, exploring the charming narrow streets, and sitting in piazzas, which are like town squares, enjoying coffee.
That sounds like a perfect balance. And what about Florence? What were the highlights there?
In Florence, the art was the main focus. We went to the Uffizi Gallery, which has many famous paintings, including works by Botticelli. We also saw Michelangelo's David statue at the Accademia Gallery. It's incredibly detailed and powerful.
David is another iconic piece of art. Did you climb any towers or domes for views?
We did. We climbed to the top of the Duomo, which is the main cathedral in Florence. The climb was long, many steps, but the view from the top was absolutely worth it. You could see the whole city, with its red roofs and the Arno River winding through it. It was stunning.
That sounds like an unforgettable view. I imagine you took many photos.
So many. My phone storage is full. We also walked across the Ponte Vecchio, an old bridge with shops built right on it. It's very unique. And we spent an afternoon just wandering through the Oltrarno district, looking at artisan workshops.
Oltrarno is known for its crafts, right? That's a nice way to see a different side of Florence. So, Mia, we've talked about where you went, who you went with, and what you did. Now let's talk about my favorite part. What did you eat? I know Italian food is famous worldwide.
Oh, Leo, the food. It was an experience in itself. Every meal was delicious. In Rome, we ate a lot of classic Roman pasta dishes. My favorite was cacio e pepe, which is a simple pasta with cheese and black pepper. It sounds simple, but it was incredibly tasty. We also had amatriciana with tomato and cured pork.
Cacio e pepe is a classic. I've tried to make it at home, but I'm sure it's better in Rome. Did you eat a lot of pizza?
Of course. Pizza in Italy is different from what you often find in other countries. It's usually thinner and simpler, with fresh ingredients. We tried different kinds, often just a classic margherita with tomato, mozzarella, and basil. It was perfect. And of course, gelato.
Gelato. Italian ice cream. Did you have it every day?
Almost. It was so good. Different flavors every time. Pistachio, hazelnut, lemon, chocolate. It's much creamier than regular ice cream. In Florence, we had more delicious pasta, but we also tried some local Tuscan dishes.
What kind of Tuscan dishes?
Tuscany is famous for its meat, so we tried some wild boar ragu with pasta, which was rich and flavorful. And we had a lot of delicious cured meats and cheeses as appetizers. The bread in Tuscany is also very good. And for dessert, cantucci, which are hard almond biscuits, often eaten with a sweet wine called Vin Santo.
That sounds like a feast. Every meal sounds like an adventure. Did you drink much coffee?
Yes, so much coffee. Italian coffee culture is wonderful. Short, strong espressos, often standing at the bar. It's a quick, energizing break. And in the evenings, we enjoyed some local wines. Tuscany is famous for its wine, so we definitely tried some Chianti.
So, fantastic sights, amazing art, and incredible food. It sounds like a perfect holiday. Now, the big question, Mia, do you recommend Italy for other travelers?
Absolutely, without a doubt. I recommend Italy to everyone. It has so much to offer. Whether you love history, art, beautiful scenery, or amazing food, Italy has it all. The people were also very friendly and welcoming.
That's a strong recommendation. And for people who are thinking of going to Italy, do you have any advice? Any tips or tricks you learned while you were there?
Yes, I have a few tips. First, wear comfortable shoes. You will do a lot of walking, especially in the cities like Rome and Florence. The streets are often old and uneven, so good shoes are a must.
That's excellent advice. My feet always hurt after a day of sightseeing if I don't wear the right shoes. What else?
Second, try to learn a few basic Italian phrases. Things like ciao for hello/goodbye, grazie for thank you, per favor for please, and scusi for excuse me. Even a few words can make a big difference. People really appreciate it when you try to speak their language, even if it's just a little.
That's a great point. It shows respect for the local culture.
My third piece of advice is to book popular attractions in advance, especially during busy times. For example, the Colosseum, Vatican museums, and Uffizi Gallery can have very long lines. If you buy your tickets online beforehand, you can often skip the main queue and save a lot of time.
That's a very practical tip. Nobody wants to spend their holiday waiting in line. What about food? Any food advice?
Yes, don't be afraid to try small, local restaurants or trattorias away from the main tourist areas. These often have the most authentic and delicious food. And don't expect dinner to be early. Italians often eat dinner quite late, sometimes after 8 p.m.
Good to know about dinner times. And what about getting around?
For getting around, especially between cities, the trains are excellent. They are fast, clean, and efficient. For inside the cities, walking is often the best way to see everything, but public transport like buses and metros are also available and easy to use. Just be aware of your surroundings, like in any big city. Keep your belongings safe.
That's important advice for any travel. So, comfortable shoes, a few Italian words, booking ahead, trying local food, trains for travel, and being aware. That's a comprehensive list of tips, Mia. Thank you for sharing your amazing Italian adventure with us. It sounds like you had a truly wonderful time.
I really did, Leo. It was an unforgettable trip. I'm already dreaming of going back.
I can see why. Well, that brings us to the end of our chat about Italy. But before we go, Mia, you always do a great job of helping our listeners with some new words. Can you go over some of the words we used today?
Of course. Let's review some of the words from our conversation today. Podcast. This is a show, like ours, that you can listen to online. It's usually audio, but ours is on YouTube, so you can watch us too. Capital city. This is the most important city in a country, often where the government is. For example, Rome is the capital city of Italy. History. This means things that happened in the past. Italy has a lot of old buildings and stories from its history. Museum. A place where you can see old or interesting things, like art or objects from the past. Architecture. This is the style and design of buildings. Italy has famous and beautiful architecture. Ancient, something that is very, very old. The Colosseum is an ancient arena. Arena, a large building where people watched shows or sports in the past, like where gladiators fought. Gladiators. These were fighters in ancient Rome who fought for entertainment. Ruins. These are the broken parts of old buildings or cities that are left after a long time. Breathtaking. This word means something is so beautiful or amazing that it takes your breath away. The art in the Sistine Chapel was breathtaking. Tradition. A custom or belief that has been passed down for a long time. Throwing a coin in the Trevi Fountain is a tradition. Piazzas. These are open public spaces or squares in an Italian town or city. Cathedral. A very large and important church. The Duomo in Florence is a famous cathedral. Unforgettable. Something so special that you will always remember it. Mia's view from the Duomo was unforgettable. Iconic. Something that is very famous and represents a particular idea or place. Michelangelo's David statue is iconic. Artisan. A person who makes things by hand, often very skillfully. We saw artisan workshops in Florence. Delicious. Food that tastes very good. All the food in Italy was delicious. Cured meat. Meat that has been preserved, often with salt or smoke, like salami or prosciutto. Appetizers. Small dishes eaten before the main meal. Dessert. A sweet dish eaten at the end of a meal. Espresso. A small, strong type of coffee. Recommend. To suggest that someone should do something because you think it is good. Mia recommends Italy. Advice, suggestions, or guidance about what someone should do. Mia gave advice for people going to Italy. Comfortable, feeling good and relaxed, especially about clothes or shoes. Wear comfortable shoes for walking. Phrases, small groups of words that mean something. Learn a few Italian phrases. Book in advance, to reserve tickets or a table before you go, especially for popular places. Queue. A line of people waiting for something. Booking in advance lets you skip the queue. Authentic. real or genuine, not fake. Local restaurants often have authentic food. Efficient, working well and quickly. Italian trains are efficient. Belongings, the things that you own, like your bag or phone. Keep your belongings safe. Comprehensive, including everything that is needed. Mia gave a comprehensive list of tips. So those are some of the words we used today. I hope that helps you understand our conversation even better.
That's a fantastic list, Mia. Thank you for breaking those down for everyone. And thank you, our wonderful viewers, for joining us again on Simple English Chat. We hope you enjoyed hearing about Mia's trip and learned some new English words today.
Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next chat. We love reading your comments too, so tell us if you've been to Italy or if you want to go.
Yes, tell us what you thought. We'll see you next time, right here on YouTube.
Bye everyone.
See you.